It's you again. What is it? Why? You're cuckoo, cop. I'm the only man responsible for this unit.
How many times must I tell?
Yeah, fuck off!
Sounds like you're making her a suspect in this. Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her under your...
And fuck you too, moral
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation...
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even...
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how...
A sudden flash of lightning in your neocortex.
Because she was here. All night.
He's cobbling together shit so he can put her away.
She was here all night? 11:30 to 12:15?
Yeah, with us, drinking, near the stage there.
No.
That's a lie.
All right. She took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out too. She has an operation.
That's probably for the best.
And just because she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she...
He's been through it. That me. All right, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for. You got his attention. Now don't ruin it by making weird claims.
Why not? You can't draw a straight line. Maybe from the coast. But like I said, I've been too busy dealing with garbage. It wasn't a Sambo.
It's never a Sambo fighter.
Or ghost. It's never a ghost either. Don't worry.
I told you not to say that. This is not a joking matter for him.
How? People...
He stealth a pinball arcade.
Weird? How?
It was run by a fella called Nerflock something, who wore a yellow dust coat.
Okay, but... how'd you get...
The elevator is outside the building. It's an old dumb one. Thank you. Ruby could have gone up, shot him.
That's quite the theory.
I'm on it, boss. Right when the law clears, me and Angus are going up there.
It's a dumbwaiter, not an industrial...
Just now. You got something else to back this route up? Or is that it? I've seen the winch. That's wall mystery down there.
He knows it's something.
Right. What the fuck does that got to do with Ruby?
Wow, man, can we? I mean...
That'd be awesome. I beat that royalist machine.
All right, all right. We can get footprints.
The tracks were recent, but not worn down in the right foot like Ruby's. It's best to omit this pesky little polemic for now. Too confusing.
Goes against your little theory, doesn't it? Good news is, I'm still listening. Firmly does, but a route does not.
Phase 2, murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand. Just don't contradict yourself. If it doesn't sound like Ruby, but what if you miss interesting information that way? The choice is ultimately yours.
That looks antique. A Bell McGray. It's inoperable. Where'd you get it?
20, maybe 30 rifles, Titus. Also broke.
God damn it. We need to close that dump down for good.
Okay, I see your point. They're a gunslinger.
We just missed one. Ruby doesn't know this place, boss.
So
it had to come from a breech-loading rifle. Military grade. This goes against your short-range.
Wait, did he say you don't have? No, just say you're honest with him. Don't screw honest. You just showed him a breech-loading gun.
I don't have to believe. I know you ain't. A broken old broomstick is what you should.
Time to really close the deal. Show them the bullet. The blonde man looks at the mushroomed death.
Yeah, the bitch is jacketed all right.
Whoa.
Well, goddamn. It's not proof. You have been thorough. Goddamn. That's just about your favorite.
You were warned not to bring it up. Your best
Trouble. This is Revachol.
He must be referencing some past case of theirs. He's angry because he knows you're right. What he...
You lost your gun?
What an idiot!
Tell me, did you lose it before the murder? Of course not. And Ruby didn't use your luck.
Stop thinking about your lost gun, damn it.
This was merely a thought exercise. He did not lose his gun.
Then why the fuck was he asking you for...
That's a solid logic structure.
I don't know, cop.
Hey, lost gun...
Easy now, Al.
Titus, we're not seriously considering it all.
Phase 3. The big one. Get this and they'll give her to you. Remember, don't piss...
And I suppose you have a theory on that.
Think about it. Why go through all that effort?
She had, like, a fully formed plan.
Really, Shanks? Claudia wanted to talk to another girl, that's all. She was just the first one up there.
Time for a logics demonstration. He scoffs.
Think. You kill him. Get up there. Shoot him. Get down.
The man is silent.
If she used us to cover her own shit up,
Which is why she didn't. She would never do that.
Glenn, I thought the same thing when she skipped.
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely.
Yeah. Like what? A thing? You mean?
Behind his squinting eyes, dominoes are falling. Fast. It's all beginning to make sense to him now.
yeah, but
Girls like girls too, Angus, sometimes. This is one of those times. She liked classier.
It's not bewildering. It's like, whatever, man.
Knew what? First he says she's murdered him. Now she's a too? It's a lie.
Come on, Glenn. She like...
I did. I knew it. That's why she didn't.
She didn't fuck you. 'Cause you're 40, and you still live with your mom, Dennis.
Ruby then threatened her and told her to...
This is some sordid shit. It's also the
Sort of, but he doesn't have...
figures. But that Ruby is queer. And that's okay. Some are queerer than others.
And then, boss, use us.
If it's true. But it's not. Right?
There's no fucking leadership challenge. Just when I thought she would take...
Man, now he's just throwing shit against the...
Okay. We ruled out infighting. That's how this works.
There's a bit of truth in there for Titus to react so brashly.
Nah, man. That's just Ruby.
Plus, man, it's like female intuition.
Eugene wants a woman on the team so they can do their job. That must be...
Yeah.
Wishful thinking has no place in a police investigation. A more serious consideration that you wish to avoid is that she knew you had expressed, on occasion, your
Whack someone in my district? That doesn't...
Silence. The old man, a very small nod. This is the only option he can...
Yeah, I see it. There's one more thing. I don't know where she went. She was afraid I would tell you. Maybe she was right.
She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is typical...
Perhaps. Ask her if you find her. Friday afternoon, when you first arrived. I told you. You. No, you. As in the cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes. Sure. The human experiment. You know, when I first saw you limp in here, I thought she said you have a funny taste in clothes. Until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you from Jamrock. That you're a...
And then when they're all empty, just...
Fucking hell. Titus, did he...
Open Angus up like a can? Yes, he did. Now, we can...
It's not an actual question. Silence. He nods.
You are insistent.
Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see she's not far. We know that much. She didn't take her lorry.
Good fucking luck, man.
Yeah, Al. And
She's not really,
she's not, Glenn. A little.
Where have you looked for her, more precisely?
More precisely, on the coast, past the waterlog. She's not here.
Who's doing this looking? They're all here.
Lizzie needed some air. You're a smart cop, but you're a stupid person. No,
It's called a radio, you believe. The gardener may have played you a game when she...
sure, there's some shithouses there. A Cinderball. I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes.
We will start there.
Boyish, hair's red, dyed. She looks like a lorry man. The what now?
She said she's...
What?
We were talking about radio equipment.
This guy barely understands.
There you have it. Hell, it'll have to.
His grip is firm and reassuring, like holding a piece of unpolished granite. The trap is full of locusts, but they seem weak and unhealthy. A few lie on poor things. Wait. Take a longer look at yourself and have metaphor. It's always metaphor. Exactly. The blood of industry, the engines of fortune want the engines stopped. The West River industrial filth. This needs environmental action now. Perhaps you could dedicate your life to cleaning. trap is filled. Poor things. A few locusts trudge along the wall of the trap. Poor things. A metal and plastic contract.
That over there must be the boy class.
Ooh, hidden things. Secrets. You lift the boy out of the water without much effort. The number 11 has been written on the yellow plastic.
Simple construction.
There's something in there, splashing around. It smells like you would expect it to smell. The water this side of the peninsula, a shot glass's worth of seawater pours out. Some algae.
Well done. We still got here too late. There's nothing of use here anymore. I have no idea. Or think we do. This is a small loose end, either way. Not important, I hope. Could be. We should keep an eye.
You could ask the miss what she...
I have no idea. I wouldn't go so far as to say that. That may very well be the case. We should keep an eye on her.
You could ask the miss.
I have no... Or think we do. This is, in my experience, cryptids are...
You could ask... You pick up the handset. There's a tone. The machine is operable. Calling. Still call again. Someone with a...
Hello, Gerard speaking.
Hello, Gerard. Technically speaking, no. What you are is a surprise. Get his wife on the phone.
What are you, like 5? Thanks for calling, asshole.
Phone hanging up. Disconnect. Calling. 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 Still calling. Still.
Stop calling me, man. I'll get you your money, alright? I just need till tonight. Let me work.
The phone gets hanged up fast as lightning. Disconnect tone. Calling.
I'm tired.
Sounds like he hasn't talked to anyone in quite a while.
If I could go just 1 month without writing. No, 2 months.
The man disappears. You do not hear the... Seems like it did not have time to swallow. Lucky you. The call went too fast for the payphone to... You close your eyes and put your in... Strange. This is not how you started before. You dialed 001. This is not the area code of Revachol. 41444117. Yes. 451 451. You have dialed God an ultra-long distance call. Your ear fills with the crack calling. Calling in the night, the saddest sound, and calling still. Ringing by the bedside of a dark but the handset starts slipping from your sweaty palm. Your breathing is heavy. You just do. And the lieutenant is too far away to hear your yelp. The sea wind blows. You can't. Calling, 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 calling still. Then the ocean breaks.
Hello? No. It's you, isn't it? It's you. this?
Dora. The name feels like a gift. And fight. In the distorted distance, you hear someone turning next to her. Bed springs rattle. No answer. You're not sure, but you think you hear a man's voice in the background. It's covered in pain and what?
What? Oh no. Is that you?
This is too much. You need to recede.
Oh no, not this. What time is it? You're not a high net worth individual, Harry. You're drunk.
You only have 2, maybe 3 things left to say before the change runs out.
Oh God. Do you know what time it is? It's so late here. It's 4 o'clock, Harry. I need to wake up in 2 hours. I'm in my rover, sleeping. What do you want to talk about that we haven't talked?
This is bad. You feel your right hand on the handset cramping up with pain.
Oh no, please stop. Please, let's just hang up.
She does not answer anymore.
Harry.
Disconnect tone. The machine ran out of money. The woman stands is one of those things that just dead and died. Poor things. An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown. The old woman. The buzz of electric lights blends.
Yes, I can't really sleep anymore. Only a few hours a night. It happens when you grow older. My suggestion is don't. Don't grow any older than you already are. That's all the... Nay, I haven't seen anyone lately.
Because she's blind, which you seem to have forgotten.
This is my little cinder block town. I know what goes on around here.
She's being evasive.
There was a murder in Martinez. She might be a suspect.
Would you now? I know how this world works. And it doesn't work when... No, it's not like that, man. With him, we called you. Right now, you just arrived by yourself. There's not much to tell. People come and go. Now, was there something else?
I see, ma'am. I hope you don't mind if we look around anyway.
You should look around your shack. Maybe she's rented it out to others too.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon, I can feel it. Oh? Okay. When did this person stay here? Oh. I've been out on the sea for most of the past week. The weather's been good for fishing, so I usually start at 4 in the morning. Yes, that's the optimal time. Got to make the most of the calm. I've been sleeping like a corpse after. The sea really takes its toll. Now I'm just waiting for the wind to settle to get out there again. Sorry I couldn't help you out. Maybe I can help you find someone else. Well, how can I assist you then, officer? Oh. That's good to know, I guess. I wasn't feeling it. Cool. You never know, officer. I'll just keep the cordialetti in the chat. Hi, ma'am. And it's a jetty, by the way. Of course. Jetty.
Something about the way she says it makes you want to sing.
Oh, jetty, oh, jetty. It's good to see you here, Detective.
What brings you here?
Nothing, really. I've had my eye on this jet.
That. And she's also keeping an eye on...
Spying has such a negative connotation. Then there's the matter of that little scamp in old lady clothes.
What is this? Destruction of property? Hooliganism?
No need. Lillian and I are getting on much better. How do I like it?
Water drips down eaves of the smell of salt.
It's pornographically poor. The street...
Fortunately for you, madame.
All right. Politics time. Real men. Real politics. Real thoughts in your head.
That they don't. Have I told you how they discovered this place? No. They're in Sealindian, East. I'm guessing you don't know then. Well, your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. I knew you would sympathize. Most Revacholians remind me to tell you one day.
Do we?
I hear you have singled out a suspect.
This story she will tell.
Maybe there is something else I can assist you with, while you're hot in pursuit.
Uncle.
There's no waking.
Tequila sunset. Of course. Drink first, story later. Not much, but it will do.
Hey, Spiral Boy, you gonna share that?
Shut up, guys. I'm telling a story here. Something happened. I was once a reasonably high net worth individual. I used the profits from my agency to finance what I called I developed the paradigm, worked within the 22 full-time employees, an all-star team, a potentially historical set of individuals. It did, with my trustees, but now dreams are worn thin. One day I left on my evening run. As you may know, it's impossible to...
His eyes are clouded. His eyes are yours.
So I removed the key ring and put the keys for the front gate in the apartment. I was halfway done with my usual lap when it started wet, okay? It was raining really hard. I made my way back home and discovered that I didn't have the key to the... Naturally, the situation required me to climb over the gate, which I did.
No, you don't.
Whatever. The point is, reality was... So I made my way across the yard. Standing in front of my apartment door, fumbling with my... I wish I were tequila. I wish I were. I rang my neighbor's buzzers. It was late, and most of them didn't. People are naturally wary of ad men, you see. One moment someone chatted.
Heavy is the head.
Just then, I experienced a moment of clarity. But when I reached my office, I remembered that I'd asked one of my producers to change the locks that day. And since Anyway... Long story short, life spiraled out of control. I haven't gotten into my apartment for years, so now you've heard my tragic tale. What do you think? Like nothing you've ever heard, huh? Tequila, I've thought about this series of events for a long time.
Why didn't you go to the authority?
Well, at one point they came to me, but, you know, I didn't have any... I can't say it increased my faith, and the hobo lifestyle definitely has some perks. Not having to pay rent. But that charm wears off pretty quickly. Before you know it, you're wearing a Good fucking question, Tequila. If I knew the answer... I used to own my reality situation. Now I can't hang on to anything.
You of all people should empathize with this.
My agency, man. The boom boom. I convinced my partners to reinvest some of our... I was financing a group of poets in East Revachol.
If it sounds like it makes no sense, that's because it doesn't.
Well, you know, sex sells. That's the first rule of advertising. Maybe you're right. Can't really remember seeing any women after...
He really has no idea who this Ruby is, sire.
Okay, let's...
The legend returns. You know the deal, legend man. Smokes a smoky, pilsner, gets you drunk.
I've been meaning to have a little chat with you about your sense of... To be perfectly blunt, you are dressed like a blood-hungry mercenary. It might feel good to play super merc, but you might want to ask if it's actually helping you solve the case. You know the expression, the clothes make the man? The right outfit in the right situation can make all the difference in the world. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, detective.
A warm smile.
Anyway, we should probably get back to the case.
It's getting cold.
Good night, officer.
As you look at the floorboards, in this corner of the edge of a floorboard next to it, hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. Nothing particular catches your eye. Looks like something bad someone's night thoughts. You stick your hand in and start combing through the sand. Dry, not like out. A small cylindrical object. You pull it out. A 9mm bullet, to be exact. Fit for all muzzle loaders of that caliber. Like your own Villiers. The floorboard isn't interested. Maybe it's extra ammunition. She's locked and loaded. Holding the bullet, you get the feeling. This isn't ammunition against you. The bed is comforting. The place feels almost like home now. Quiet and dignified around you. A new life by the sea.
It's easier this time. Drifting off, your head is...
This respite. You've earned it, brother. But now you haven't. You've just... No. This is the one before that.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
You're welcome, Harry.
After centuries of darkness.
Our tenant, the policeman. Damn that girl.
A bullet? You didn't put it there, did you? She did.
Gone and hid things in there? She's usually a good... Yes. I let my room to that Ruby girl. As I've done before when she's been in trouble. She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry.
She seems genuinely worried about her previous tenant.
That's for the police to find out. Right then. Please answer.
I cleaned it, like I always do. No.
The truth, sire.
Yes, early with the dog. She's good company. No.
This Ruby is an old lady whisperer.
Did she talk to you much during her...
No, she was most... She tried not to let it show.
She wanted to talk to her, as they usually...
How would I know? She's a gruff one.
You could ask her about your hunch. That it was a desperate...
Do tell. Exit from what?
The lieutenant stops writing for a moment.
No, she's a fighter.
Not a quitter. She really believes that.
Nothing of the sort. Sure, she was not... She isn't what you'd call a drunk. Even offered me some from time to time. Not that I know of. Though she was... Although I guess she was pretty... I don't know. Further up the coast. She tried to leave quietly, but the hint... You'll never find her, you know. She knows the coast like the back...
I wouldn't worry about that, man. We are persistent.
Yes, it's going to be too much work for you to find her.
The fell electric neuron. You feel like you should go look at it again. Step clear.
What more do you want to know? Yes, one thing...
She really means it.
She's a good girl. Whatever...
The scruffy-haired little boy.
What bad people?
I don't think questioning 4-year-olds without their parents...
Then we're definitely...
Hello, mister. Luby. My mum tells me I'm a big girl, but she doesn't know that I...
Kids.
Hey, man, it's good to see you.
Goodbye, officer.
Welcome back. No.
Just no?
It's pretty desolate here. I only hear the dogs bark at night and see the shadows move down the coast. Exactly. It's our chance.
Yo, man, what's on your mind?
Yes, what is it? What? No, no one's...
She has not seen her, sire. 'Tis true. Vibrations thump through your blue. He stands on stage behind a table. The other real deck is empty.
Yeah! It was too hardcore and it sucks up all the air in the mix and...
Inside your chest, the heart beats still with...
Yeah! Welcome to the gloaming! Oh! I don't know! Maybe can't escape the sound!
Hello. Isn't this a fine morning? No, I'm afraid I can't help you with this one, officer.
So you haven't seen anyone around?
No, I'm sorry. As I said, this is just a...
There's something friendly and familiar in her. He's telling the truth. An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. Old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown.
Either sea's gonna calm down soon, I could... Oh? Well, how can I... You're back? Good. I fear I've told you all I know. It's an... Is there anything else I can help you with? Well, technically speaking, I'm not... Good. More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part?
It remains a mystery what you mean by this something close. This isn't about you. It's about... She won't maneuver her way out.
I am the vilest of the vile. I am an ultra. An ultra-liberal. It's... Yes. I am the nether creature of the forbidden... I can see you thought our kind were all extinct. After all, no sane...
In her green eyes you see a mixture of truth and forgive her. But only because you like pearlescent teeth and those light green eyes.
I do hope so. I do hope we're able to remain collegial. When the dust settled, the Liberals were the only ones left to clean up the mess. By virtue of their survival. With due respect to our overlords, the Eternal...
An appropriate warning to the...
I would not have relinquished sovereignty to the Coalition. Then for my daughters, we had...
Dark orange flames reflect in her green...
Yes. I suppose I am.
Seditious talk, man.
Perhaps.
You're no dummy yourself.
A smart boy getting smarter. On basic term of reality. Yes. Whatever else I am. I'm also a mother. Glad to have been a visit. You're back. Good. More lessons in basic reality? Glad to have been...
Wow, a very large red t-shirt with an impressive print stands out from the other garb. Oh yeah, the print depicts a muscled man striding toward you, a giant sword in each hand. Smells like worn cotton, and a worn cotton with a side of flea mark.
Sniffing is okay, but please don't try anything on.
You're not imagining it. Photon emission?
Hell yeah, man. I don't usually carry printed tees, but a fan? No, I wouldn't go that far. But most people don't think that the man from Helmdale... I mean, even if the man from Helmdale didn't...
Okay.
You sound skeptical. It's not that Besides, I've been to Kotla. Though not quite...
His theory isn't exactly incoherent, very, very unique, and stop talking about this nerd stuff.
I doubt the real man from Yelmdale was as poor a but yes, the books are very too real.
That's dirt cheap.
But why? I suppose that makes sense, yes. Please go ahead and... Top of the morning to you. How may I be? Perhaps. I just like being awake for the transition between night and morning.
Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light. A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects. And...
Why on earth? These are prescription. I can't really see without them. Prolodon is just something you know, since I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade.
He's taken it for mental and emotional, not physical pain.
A bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle to... We were an all-volunteer force.
On the patch, gamma radiation lines.
I lived by the river since I was a small boy. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget it. So much disappointment. No one's.
So much bitterness.
A bunch of poor people built themselves The cleanup happened 15 years ago, so I came to Martinez. People told me don't go there. I like the theory more than the story.
Yeah, you gotta get in on those.
Have you tried it before?
It's almost like he's worried for you. The lieutenant steps away, pretending to admire some of the knickknacks. Go ahead then, he thinks. As long as you can, he won't be your knock, but he won't be thrilled about this either.
Here you go, man.
Not so sure about this. Because it's an anti-radiation drug, and you're a cop, not a post-apocalyptic...
Of course.
Everything's still cool. Me? It's a boring story of it. Very cool.
Oh, sorry, officer. René wasn't really what you'd call a botanist, officer.
Of course he didn't. Flowers are...
That's their old name, dating back to the... There were many reasons, but mostly it was, I guess, in the end, the Insulindian lilies were just another piece of the whole... Yes? Yes, we all got...
We are both...
It is what I just don't...
Looking for something odd?
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
The tear machine stands. Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears.
Right, 2, 1...
Hola, Wandering Man. Okay.
Amazing! The file cabinet stands steady as a drawer. The already familiar cold touch of plastic. Welcome. Your fingers run over the dial pad. Calling. Calling. Still call.
Video Revachol, 24-hour video rental. We rent 8 and 10mm film for home use. This is Lammy. How may I help you?
The voice of a youngster on that.
Video Revachol is a 24-hour video rental. We rent 8 and 10mm film for home use. This is Lammy. No. Sir, I don't know. It's a video rental. Maybe you called to extend your rental period? Do you need to extend your rental period? Let me fire up the machine. Here we are. You haven't rented anything in 5 years, but you still have a copy of Blue Ocean Hell from November 40. It's not an easy watch. After the death of his daughter and subsequent divorce, Ziemsk immigrant. No wonder no one's been missing it. Still, it would be great if you could return it to us.
The call is terminated.
Welcome back, gentlemen. What can I do for you?
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time. Most certainly, Harry. Nothing brightens my day like brainstorming these things with you. Oh, Liz is a bright one. But of course.
You can now go and tell Titus about.
Also, Harry, here's 5 real.
The lieutenant watches you pocket the banknote.
Good boy. A real team player. Now, do you have any more questions? Oh, Liz is a bright one. How do I know? Last winter, these guys turned...
So you believe the scabs were organized by this...
You said it. Hell, one of those guys... Of course. You're always one step ahead of me, Harry. I'm no genius. I'm in the tribunal. That's...
He's clearly happy about the tribunal.
Oh, Harry, what do I really think about the tribunal? You're trying to climb to second...
He wants you to do more.
By all means, Harry.
trap is filled. The dome-shaped plastic. A few locusts. There's some tan and 2 empty bottles. No, there's more in there.
A tragedy.
Whoever tossed it here was a heavy smoker. You see traces of... It's no older than... It's hard to concentrate in this. Just dead and dying locusts, and the slow. An old door.
It's military. A service depot. The washerwoman mentioned a depot up the coast. She said it was for moving ammo and cargo across the bay. This might be it.
The sight of bullet holes stirs something in you. The faded marks are too degraded. They look pretty ancient.
Where? There? Those are old. These bullets were fired during the revolution. Over half, not much. I don't have...
Give me a moment.
In your hands, you hold 16 Days of Coldest April by Yeka. Indeed, the book is unusually heavy. It would do that in Grad. You flip through the book. The pages are thinner than you realized, and the real art is dense and difficult. The back cover is dominated by a black and white. She can't be much older than her mid-30s in this photograph. In cold, detached prose, the author describes the scene as ethnic tensions run wild. A pair of young lovers. It would physically hurt you to keep reading. Fuck it. Do it. It can't be worse than what you've... They go through a brief and somewhat awkward love affair. And in the end, they betray each other and succumb to the absurdity of Gradian life. The man becomes a lens grinder, completely abandoning his former existence. He toils through the daily drudgery, and she spends the next several decades standing at a conveyor. The memory of their short time spent together tortures the former as life leaves their remains. Good stuff. I fucking loved this. In cold, as ethnic tension, it would physically hurt. Fuck it. Do it. It can't be worse than you've made the right life choices today, sir. Advanced race theory. Everything. This door is made of metal, and no one answers.
Let's go. There's nothing to do here for us.
No one answers.
Let's go.
The door is closed. You hear someone inside, walking from...
Trying to sneak up on me again!
Just an ordinary wall. Finally, this wall is sublime. Look at it. All the other walls on all the other houses must make a pilgrimage. Oh, wall father. Huh? He sounds tired of it all. You already have the heavy fuel oil to use as paint. It's red. And Cindy the Skull has a paintbrush. This is on.
Mm-hmm. Sure. If you must.
Hello again, officers. What for? What do you think I'm trying to paint here? A mural for a better tomorrow? I ain't helping no pigs full honest upstand. Well, if it's for art. But what kind of art are we talking about? Let me stop you right there, Piggy. You have no idea, do you? No idea. No brush? Fuck off. There, Piggy. I guess art just isn't really you. 'Cause you suck. Hello again, officers.
You don't have the skills to execute something like this in practice. But she squints her eyes.
On fire. I say, sod off. You don't have the technical skills to do that. I like your idea. Should have thought of it myself. Then get your brush from fucking art.
Oops, my apologies. You're a police officer and a grown-up. Why are you...
Ooh, police brutality. That's the good stuff. Have you got any kids? Because you sound like... But fine, take the brush. I'm all out of fuel.
You know what you've got in that fuel canister. The paintbrush in your hand is like a loaded revolver. What will it be, Desperado? Quite a few things come to mind. You've spoken. The wall will now silently repeat the message for a decade or so, until the sea air degrades the paint.
Very poetic. Real poetry. Should we return to our murder investigation?
This coin-operated viewer is facing south. The metal feels cold and wet under your palm. A thick... That's Kuno. Under the graffito, the church looks old and withered. Around the large wood... This coin... Why place a tourist attraction in the middle?
There was a revitalization project. They got as far as the street lamps and that statue on the intersection before something went sour. I suspect that's odd. I could swear you were a police officer.
Your money disappears. The curtains on the display open. The lenses shift. The ghost sharpens. It looks as if it was abandoned quite some time ago. Nothing but a rotten... The little brave birch...
Really? I don't have the eyesight to make it out.
every snowflake. Crime fiction is about murder.
Crime is a deviation from the law, punishable by either a
And it's kind of like a puzzle too. You can guess who the criminal is. You don't look much like a policeman. Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen. What's that mean? And everything's better now, sir? That's great, sir. Head? Yeah.
No, it's your son. No, no, you're not head, child. Heads.
I'm not sure I understand. If you say so, sir. He's just a fictional character. Maybe you can show me some real police work, sir. Like in the book. It's the type of book where, or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It happens, but usually the guy gets... Those are unhappy books, for most of the pages. These are not very common. You can't have... Well, maybe then it's fine. That's really not a proper romance story. Not in romance books, sir. These are about nice. I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask... I don't think it's a romance story if the main characters break up, though. No.
You can take this. Blossom like a pain. The girl is at a loss for words. She shifts and sways. Oh, stop. There's no need for this.
I'm sorry, sir. I don't know how to help you. Sir, sorry, sir.
It's time to leave it be. You're about to make a child cry. Are you proud of yourself? Excuse me? I'm not sure I heard that.
Wonderful.
I'm sorry, sir. Yes. Yes, sir.
It's folded, hidden. Why is that?
What do you mean, sir?
She looks around anxiously. The lieutenant stands by, looking at the two of you. She brings out her reddened hands, her nails frayed.
And you knew this from me keeping my hands folded? Well, that proves nothing. Anyone could do an easy deduction.
She actually is impressed. This is more like a defensive reflex. She nods, half provocative, half enthusiastic.
Maybe so, sir. Okay, I know it's a bad habit, and I shouldn't. It was okay, sir.
There's more that can be achieved here. Ask her to do the same.
You're quite sober.
The lieutenant does not flinch at the comment. He does not flinch even a single bit.
Because you usually aren't. Fritz?
There she stands, swaying on her There's something you're missing.
Oh, kings and queens and... I think that's why people read...
Seems like most people who read those books.
But it does make the famous people more famous. Why would they do that, sir? That's so cool. Maybe they'll make you a book cover picture in every... Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here?
Because you know each other. She's been talking to you so openly because you've talked before.
Yes, I stand in this spot all the time. You've been running around all week without your shirt on, sir. Telling people about being a star or something. I don't really understand who those stars are. Of course, you've stopped by a few times. You certainly look better than the last time I saw you. Yeah, but you don't have party eyes anymore.
Party eyes? Yes, of course. That makes sense.
I'm not surprised children have seen you running around with party eyes on, Ethan.
You know, like a cat in the dark, all big and wide-eyed. It certainly looks odd.
The swiveling eyes of a loony drug addict. That is what she meant. You were... Fuck yeah. You should get some party eyes right now. Snap. Oh, baby. That's not what you have to worry about.
I didn't know I had to do that. I guess we can change the subject, sir. I didn't...
The dented yellow mailbox greets you with its graffiti. The mail collection.
Hi again, gendarme. Bye-bye, gendarme.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod. He looks up at you. Then, shrugging is an international sign for no.
Hey, was there something you need? Got the 20 real? Then why are you wasting my time? And do I have a shaker in?
And it's not a shaker.
Am I wearing a little bow tie? Am I smiling?
Because he's not a bartender.
Because I'm not a bartender.
Play it calm. This man needs to understand.
Even more reason for me not.
This medicine cabinet is stocked with drugs. This peptide stamped on it. In sunny, happy letters. Filthy narco. And look, it's made... It's speed, man. Just what you were looking... Yes, take it.
Peptide. A euphemism for fun.
The fuck are you waiting for? Let's get super fucking preppy. Silently, the bottle slides into your palm. Feels so sleek and beautiful.
I was just thinking, what a nice day for questions pertaining to a murder invest. Oh,
Did you take the document?
no, of course not. As I said, it would have been too risky.
She doesn't seem to be lying. She's genuinely spooked by their disappearance.
Yes, I am. It was probably just an accident. Lies.
Yes, we demand she be punished for deceiving us. We demand her anxiety. We demand her fear.
There may be grounds here. At least.
A little whimper. The young woman hears you. She's looking around.
There may be grounds here. At least for...
A little whimper. The young woman, she nods, then nervously pulls on her cigarette.
Okay.
She slowly... You clearly see foot...
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else...
Large prints. One person has been here. Everything around... The machine.
Again?
The Coppernado is back. What do you want? Yeah? What?
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may I...
10-4, come in. Firewall. 10-4, sir. Sorry, but I'm 10-4. Orders as your orders. Roger that. 10-10, over and out.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Just a second. Sylvie? Yes. Hello? Oh, great. What else do you need, detective? No? Not me. No.
Seems like Glacia wasn't lying when she said it was her. This corrupt.
Are you sure, Lieutenant? For some reason, you have a little doubt about that.
What? Of course it bothered me. No one calls the police. You know, what the...
Garbage.
Okay. I don't know what to tell you, officer. Okay.
You hear the...
Anything else I can... 57...
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers. A metallic drawer slides out. The pull-out toolbox slides back into it.
Uncle.
There's no...
Tequila sunset. Wonderful. Cottonmouth is keeping my tongue imprisoned. Of course. Drink not much, but it will do. The tale I'm about to tell you is an urban legend particular. There are many variations on the basic story.
Are you telling the story of the Ed...
Shut the fuck up, Rosemary. Summer of 44. Our heroine finds herself enjoying the peace and quiet the canal. What she doesn't know is that her peace is about to be shattered. Well, yes, but it's the man on...
The pause.
With no head on his shoulders. Wearing a found tracksuit.
I thought that he rode a headless pig.
Well, there are many versions of this story. The most peculiar of which has the headless found rider riding on the back. If I hadn't lost my keys that one time, I'd agree with you. Gertrude Hett may have been the first to...
Tell him about the two feminists...
Fuck, Rosemary. They were dating. No one said they were feminine.
These...
What? You know...
I read the case file, but...
Right. Early autumn of... The wind picks up. A sky... The women are caught in the downpour. They act quickly. Eva
Don't turn around.
when she sees something. Her shriek is so but there is no lightning. Ula makes a run for the shore, but her body is never recovered.
Naturally, Ula de Ponte became the prime suspect in the disappearance of Eva Delgado. De Ponte, during the investigation, it became apparent that there was a love triangle, the third party being some small-time businessman. I don't remember the exact details. No, she committed suicide before she could be taken in. Not a pretty scene.
Man, that's some grisly detail. Anyway, that's the story of the headless found rider. Pretty crazy, huh? Well, Tequila, that's part of the legend. Some say he was an undercover cop.
Oh, headless brother, we're up.
Others claim he was a professional jockey who veered off course during a...
Even decapitation couldn't stop his commitment.
Personally, I think he was just some guy who hanged himself coincidentally at that exact moment.
For some reason, this does strike you as the most plausible theory of...
That would explain the tracksuit and his... Anyway, to each his own. You want to hear it?
Hard to argue with that.
That's the reality situation for you. You think you got a handle on... Yeah? Why don't you go eat shit, Tequila? There's no way you know a better one than that. I have to admit, that's pretty high concept. Still not as awesome. Yeah? Why don't you go eat... Acid gnomes? Sounds like a... Yeah? Why don't you go... Giants? That the best you got? Yeah? Why don't you go eat... Damn right it doesn't. So why don't you just shut up and... No one knows. Some say he's...
He won't, though. Because it's...
Aye. I saw him one night when I was right shit-faced.
I actually do have one. Do you have anything to fortify old Doom Spiral? No, no, no. Contrary to popular belief, I enjoy... It's very hard to tell a story.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone while the other...
Our tenant, the policeman. What more do you want to know about that poor girl? I cleaned it. No.
The truth, sire.
I don't know. Further up the coast, she tried to leave quietly, but the hinges on that door screech like...
It's a peninsula. She might be.
You'll never find her, you know. She knows the coast...
I wouldn't worry about that, ma'am. We are persistent.
Yes, it's going to be too much work for you to find her. Better for...
The felled electric neuron. You feel like you should go look at it again. Step closer this time.
What more do you want? I don't...
It's a peninsula.
You'll never find...
I wouldn't worry about that, ma'am. We are persistent.
Yes, it's going to be too much work for you to find her.
The felled electric neuron. You feel like...
What more do you want? I don't...
It's a
You'll never...
I wouldn't worry about that.
Are you sure you'd rather stay here? Get a nice
The felled electric neuron. You feel like you should... A row of ghostly shades facing a crumbling wall. With another 7 shades, a cold... There's no way the perp is in here, officer. Look how scarred the boards are. All attempts to pry them off have failed.
The suspect? God, I hope not. I can't see a way in, though many have tried.
Not this time. The opposition is insurmountable and dangerous. Dangerous too.
Hello. Isn't this a fine morning?
You see, a slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time. Above the mural, a collapsed roof, broken windows, failed electrical. How there's something in the wind. Sometimes the only way to go forward is to fail for indeed. Somehow you knew it was here.
In there? She could. Or she could be in the identical room over there, or in that boat shack, in that church.
Why single out this one building? The once bright mural towers, even though you're sure you succeeded, all is quiet. There is no cold hand rushing it, trying to talk to the wind. The city is trying to talk to the city, something you've done.
How do we? I was really hoping she'd be in the village. She's probably north of the village, and this place is a peninsula. We already scanned most of the outdoor areas on our wild cryptid hunt, so we have... And then there's the church. We've already searched that and can rule it out. I know it doesn't feel like progress, but exclusion is a step too. Anyway, we do it the old-fashioned way, sector by sector. Go over the whole peninsula, ask the locals, enter the places where we can enter first, like we did in the village. Then, if we're desperate, we can look where we can't enter. Bunkers, storm drainage...
Walk the coast, the old boardwalk, the reeds. Suddenly, there's a sigh, carried in through the collapsed roof, flowing down a concrete staircase to the basement, sweeping away from...
She's down there.
Okay. Why? So, how do we get in there? The doors were on the collapsed side of this building.
Finally, my time to shine.
Perhaps you can climb them. We are not climbing anything. I'm 43 years...
There has to be a way to use brute force. Climbing sounds unsafe. Brute force is safe. An old pipe peeks out from beneath the rotting boards of the building like this must have... Your eyes slowly begin to adjust to... The lieutenant looks over your shoulder. A thin layer of snow gleams inside. As your eyes adjust, you see some trash, crumpled up newspapers, and nothing. Broken...
I see. Another stop on your crusade against narcomania. I was hoping, given that this isn't a martial arts thriller, it's highly unlikely. However, the pipe suggests there may be an entrance to the basement around...
The lieutenant's face lights up. He doesn't use...
And it's right here. A maintenance door.
It's jammed shut. The subtle approach isn't going to... Behind the pipe, the metal doors are heavy, and the flaking rust hurt.
Good work. Shall we?
This isn't just glass. These are old yes, filament memories. From the time when wires were cast.
So it is. I think it is used to form a single system.
The how was a closely guarded secret.
The rest of the building seems to have been picked clean. These? No.
All you'll find here is a mustachioed and mutton-chopped man, amateurishly depicted, gazes at you with sad eyes. Years' worth of dust is shaken off, the full head of hair matched by an ample moustache.
Some radical or radicals were hiding out here half a century. This was probably part of I think the purpose of this bunker was to produce. We have found a lot of those lately. I guess what most people think of as history tends to linger in rundown neighborhoods. I won't stand in your way, but only after we're through with this case. Millions of depictions of Mazov have been produced. They're not all connected. You mean like Ruby?
This hat is so soft, so warm. It wraps around your head. And your Kraz Mazov would have worn this. Glory to the revolution, comrade. Whether you like. There it is again, like a swarm of hornets buzzing under your
No, what do you mean? I don't feel it, but we should still be careful. There were footprints back there. No, but you are the sensitive one.
It's not a quib. He trusts your gut feeling on this.
Looks like our suspect. If she's in here, once we detain a credible suspect, who knows what the Union and the Wild Pines will do.
You will upset the balance of this part of town is a fine clockwork puzzle. Keep calm. Go over the whole situation in detail.
I leave that to your judgment. You already know what I think about cross-pollinating information.
He just can't be sure. Maybe it will yield something.
Yes. There won't be time for that once things go down. Well, we are not responsible for what we can't predict, are we?
If you can't predict it, there's nothing you could have done.
I think I see a cavern. Maybe more cellars? I think we've been careful enough.
I wouldn't be so sure. You have...
Or maybe not. Either way, once we go deeper, they will...
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive. It's like 1,000 radio stations.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable. Can't say it's a pleasure, officer.
The voice coming through the whirlwind of pain doesn't wish to hurt you. No, buddy. That's not going to help. You can't shield yourself from this. Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job. Tell her she's under arrest.
I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner...
The explosion of static you're blasted from that pale emitter that Angus mentioned.
Saw my equations? You've been sniffing through my lorries, right?
Right behind you, officer.
A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pale more manageable. With the signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys.
So, what we are experiencing is
Precisely. This is an industrial strength per hour. At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station.
She's been holed up in here for a while with no one to talk to. Keep her talking, and you just might get an opportunity to break loose.
You're big boys. You can handle it. Stop.
Turn this.
God damn it. Fine. I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
The gun she's carrying is a 2-barreled front loader, not like the murder weapon. Well, it doesn't feel much better, but you can form sentences now. Thinking doesn't seem to hurt as much. Just keep her talking, and you'll get through this.
No, I didn't do it. I only helped stage the lynching, though I doubt that makes...
So she says she didn't do it, and she doesn't trust...
Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No, he wouldn't have broken first. Oh, I knew the kitten had claws, but not like this. But she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me? My boys? What? I don't even understand what you're trying to... Oh, doesn't even matter. How could they be my...
A dull despair is creeping in.
How the fuck did the rest of you get by? I did, didn't I? Now you've come for me. Fuck them all the same. What shit? I told you I didn't do it.
The strong moral compass. She still wants the opportunity to make a case for herself.
Man, I was with the boys the whole night. I hope they at least bothered to impress. You mean the length of a toilet break? That wouldn't even have been enough time. Look, fuck you, man. I might also have stopped by the bar.
She speaketh truth.
Wow. Now I'm curious. Please, explain. No. Not since I was 14 and hanging out in the... Why? Yeah, and probably some ghosts from the time of the suzerain. I'm not really interested in supernatural... Not murder mysteries either, if that's what you're...
She looks you in the eye, impassively.
The fuck do elevators have to do with anything? Not particularly. Why are you so hungry?
That's a pretty good question, actually. She clearly doesn't know anything about the secret passage.
I'm not really into old shit for old shit's sake.
God damn it!
So you know she's not an antiques enthusiast. Not my jurisdiction, man.
Don't know it, but also...
Evaluating your competence as a police officer.
The shot couldn't have come from the roof. Or we would have all...
She has a point there.
That didn't go super well. You've got to lace...
I didn't like him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particularly likable. Plenty of broken people who don't come with that kind of body count. You think I was envious of his conquests? Look. Pussy... Yeah, sure. And I didn't like wild...
I hate to be the bearer of bad tidings.
I'm listening. And? The gun store. Trigger Happy Jacks. What did you think? That I'm going to squeal on my gun supplier? Sorry, I'm not that kind of gal. Sure don't.
A breech loader?
No.
This is such a wipeout.
A Nachtway 80 front loader.
That isn't it.
Never really got into weapons trafficking. Especially not old weapons. They break too often. Yeah. Evidence. I considered her a good friend, yeah. What the hell, man? Yeah.
Her hand slipped from the dial of the compass.
Wow. Pissing, pinball, and now peeping. I'm just not following your... If I want to stare at a pretty girl, I can pick one up at a bar. Or, worst case scenario, look at a naughty photo. What the fuck, man? She's everyone's type.
She's beginning to suspect you've broken into her lorry now.
Cool, man, cool. I'm glad you got off on it. What the fuck are we... Nope. Look. She has an effect on people for the same reason that she's everyone's type as an object. Oh, so that's where you were going with this. That's a very sentimental way of putting it. We both had
The lieutenant watches her.
Okay, fine. I was into her. Clausy was into me too for a time.
Clausy only said they maybe kissed.
If that's what she wants on the record, so be it. I'm not about to go into details for you to...
Seriously, just move on.
Really?
Is that blood on the ground before you? Are your...
Yeah, really? She rejected me with some wishy-washy bullshit. I knew that wasn't the whole story, but thought, fine. Yeah. One time when we'd both been I was a little worried she'd blow it out of proportion in her head. Yeah, the girl seemed terrified. Go ahead.
And mine too, he thinks.
Who doesn't? Oh, you probably mean Clausia's roof. The view's pretty bomb too. Which, it's very powerful. Yes, I'm sure. And anyway, as I know, gifts of flowers and candy aren't really my... So now I'm leaving revolutionary symbols around. I never did understand why, when someone dies. No, I did not. So, Heart of Gold Tommy fucked me over too.
Maybe twist the knife, just in case. Make her more desperate.
Yeah, that figures. What now? You're going to arrest me for drug trafficking? Man, it's to get away from all that murderous shit that I left.
She deliberately avoided naming the mob she worked.
I got lucky being a dispatcher. Never had to do any of the really dirty work myself.
There. It's going to be easier to reach the machine now.
Based on what I've heard about you, you are serious scum. Yeah? Where?
More questions before...
I heard you in the passages, and I've been preparing for quite a while. So you found my shack, huh? I'm not surprised. So nice. That's one knife I...
As opposed to the other knives she's finding.
I was. Before I caught you and...
That's her admitting the bullet was an emergency exit.
How should I know? As I...
Those rings around her eyes.
Police radio?
Who hasn't? You know, he was still warm.
She eyes you warily, and she's refusing to adopt the demeanor of a cornered...
It's okay. We just want to...
All right, don't kill yourself over it. I was shooting the shit with Hardy and she sits down with a drink, trying to steady her Oh yeah, super. But I didn't think too much of it at first. No, I really didn't. She's not that... She asked me to come upstairs. The merc she'd been going with was lying on...
You made it look like he'd been hanged.
What? No. Faking a lynching was her idea. Yeah, in cold blood. It really... She asked me to help her drag him into the shower.
She lied to you about that, too.
Yeah. I wasn't sure whether to admire her. As I keep telling you cops, we didn't hear anything downstairs.
But even if this is true, weren't you...
War? The thought crossed my mind. But the mercenary's death...
She doesn't want to talk about this, but not because she...
Fuck it. I'm not responsible for these people after... I saw you roll into town.
So this is what she was scared to tell Titus.
Yes. You. Everyone says you're his people.
Through the sudden sharp pain in your fucking hell. And it's especially bad suddenly. Felt like a vein exploded.
Everyone in Jamrock. The cop.
If she knows that about you, she must know your real name too.
Harry Dubois. One corrupt motherfucker.
So she knows your name. That doesn't mean you're on the tape. Criminals make...
Is that a joke or a threat? I'm guessing both. Yeah, sure.
She doesn't believe you.
I'm sure La Puta Madre himself will explain it all to you soon enough. You've been to my lorry. You think the biggest player...
I thought we had an agreement. She's not going to change her mind that way. One thing. Possibly small, but she said you.
Yeah, you had your death squad with you. What happened to them anyway? Well, it wasn't this scrawny dude. One of the guys seemed chipper, a blonde. That sound about right?
No idea who these people are, literally.
Well, this has been a great talk, really.
She means it. You better make your move soon. You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like hell, but...
All good, officer.
She looks at the machine, assessing the damage. Her hand...
Oh, fuck it. Problem solving.
Ma'am, put the gun down.
Oh, yes it is.
She's truly desperate. She thinks you know. This is how you talk her out of it. It's the only scenario. She stares at you, frozen, the gun still in her mouth, eyes filled with dark intensity. Then something shifts in her.
Day of miracles. I'll take it.
She runs past you, then past the lieutenant, and disappears into the darkness of the tunnel.
Good call. Yeah, I'm sure.
He couldn't take it like you. It irks him.
I have a feeling we didn't. Hurt.
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally. And yes, guess what's yours? No, you're the sorry cop. The cop who's sorry. What? Jealous of the sorry cop? They'll be super, super fine. Of course you are. It's okay. See, that won't happen. Plain red tent. The tent looks old, but well maintained. In the darkness of the tent, it reeks of cigarettes. Assorted soft covers, mostly pulp.
See anything?
Rager Monthly, Journal of Material Science. You pocket the worn brown leather journal. A trusted friend left behind.
We should read this immediately, like...
A thick journal. The cover is worn like someone. It's made of full-grain leather. The lower left corner of the back, the journal falls open. About 2/3 of it, the large cursive of someone who writes quickly, perhaps too confidently. It's a mix of logistical notes.
It's good she left in a hurry. We could learn...
Hard to tell exactly. It's mostly...
There could be useful information about local operations.
Esoteric radio technology. The most recent one, short, wry observations of people and the way some of those question marks trail off. Staff issues, always tough. The first entry is from August 2nd of last year. Nothing on March 4th. March 5th, though. Well, you have no idea what she means. That name isn't mentioned. Small wonder. Would you talk about La Puta Madre in your... Great. M's peon is coming to town. No doubt. Then again, isn't that what I've been doing? The call? Did M call her? Were you supposed to find her? Even apart from the investigation then? Whatever you may look like, you don't feel like a hired. Been holed up here for 3 days now. I'm used to being alone, and did M feel truly betrayed by me? I was feeling threatened. He'd have to know if the entry ends abruptly. The call was a courtesy. The most recent entry is from today. Even when I leave here, if I leave here alive, what's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even if I'm not accused of murder.
It looks like she might have been... framed? I wouldn't go so far as to say that. We have other reasons to arrest her. Besides, I'm not sure her life as a fugitive is going to be... No, I don't think you are. Ask someone in your precinct.
He truly does not believe you are.
Claudia was the one who pointed the finger at Ruby. Perhaps she was trying to steer us away from herself. Either way, we need to keep an eye. One thing is for certain. We have business back in the...
Plain red tape.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves
Either he's gonna calm down. You're back. Good. What can I...
Stop. Just up ahead. You are prepared. Don't put away your friend, your weapon. The barrels of your Villier's 9mm pistol shine threateningly in the cold.
Yes, I hear commotion. Let's go.
This isn't the time for fear.